something I want to put out there and get this very clear. I'm not an angry adoptee. Well, let's put it this way. I'm not angry at my birth mother. I'm not angry at my adoptive family. What I sometimes get angry about, being an adoptee, is the lack of awareness around the trauma involved. And I know the word trauma is thrown around hugely at the moment. Somebody sneezed next to you on a Friday, I'm traumatized. No, I'm talking about being taken away from your birth mother at the age of a week old, and the grief for all the parties actually involved often in adoption, and that is, the birth parents giving up the child, quite often the adoptive parents unable, for whatever reason, to have their own biological child, and then of course the adoptee, the loss of that relationship with the birth mother and father. So yeah, I'm not angry at anyone per se, and I wouldn't say I was an activist in any way, but I am so relieved that there is some awareness around adoption trauma now, because all of my life I have felt there was something missing. And I assumed as I got older that was down to me. That was my confidence. That was, lack of confidence, lack of self-worth. Somehow I was damaged in some way. Even though I had therapy and I did so much inner work, blah, 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 fake it till you make it, let them, all that kind of stuff. The fact is that I was trying to treat something that wasn't wrong, that wasn't broken. The fact is that the trauma had happened at such a young age. My baseline settings of security and safety were higher than they should be. Hence anxiety and panic disorders. Hence, could it be that this was the reason that I had such bad postnatal anxiety? Because the thing is, when your trauma happens when you're too tiny to have any sort of real cognitive memory of it, the memory is stored in your body, and so quite often when you're triggered, the reactions are in your body. They're not in your head. It's not a thought you've had. It's all of a sudden you're feeling these sensations and you think, what the heck is that about? So yeah, I'm very passionate about the awareness around things. I always have been around mental health, mental well-being, the understanding that, there is no one size fits all, and that psychiatry and talking therapies only go so far. You need to treat the person as a whole. So yeah, angry, passionate, don't know about all of that. But no, I'm not an angry adoptee, and I understand that I have been very blessed in many ways, but also to be able to acknowledge the grief and the loss that came beforehand. And I apologise for the little piggy eyes. I did a lot of crying yesterday. It's been a year since we lost my mum. But yeah, I'm not an angry adoptee. But tell me if I am. Take care.